Welcome to the 60 Plus Podcast.
I'm Janet.
And I'm Joe. How are you, Janet?
Super!
Super.
Super duper.
Super duper. If people didn't know where we were from, now they do.
So, how
New
are
England.
you?
I'm well, thank you.
Good.
Did you have a nice holiday?
I did. Thank you so much.
Yes, I did too.
Good.
Thanks for
good.
asking.
Yes. Well, you're quite welcome. We're so polite here on the 60 Plus podcast.
There's no harm in being polite.
No, I guess.
There's no downside to being polite.
I don't suppose so.
No. What are we talking about today, Janet?
New Year's resolutions.
Okay.
Because it is
Well,
2025.
yes, this episode will drop on January 1st.
That's incredible.
It kind of
Happy
is.
New Year.
Happy New Year. I don't know what that was.
It's one of those little whirly things that you
A whirly
around.
thing. She's whirling right now. We should add some video to
we
this
should
podcast.
have champagne. Why?
Oh, we
why
should.
Didn't you... Joe?
It's my fault.
Yeah. You usually think about things like that. I always think about things as they're happening.
There's always next year.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. I'll make a note. Make a note.
Yeah. Make a note.
Put it in your paper calendar to get champagne.
Okay. I will. Thanks.
You can't do that because you don't have a 2026 calendar yet.
Well, no, but I have a 2025 and I can put it on December 31st.
I have 2025.
All right. Actually, I'll have to put it on whenever we record for.
I have a calendar that goes completely out into the past because it's on my phone and on my computer.
Yeah. Aren't you clever?
I am. It's not in a spreadsheet. It's actually a calendar.
Can we talk about New Year's, please?
Sure.
So
Happy
what
New Year.
happened? Happy New Year. So what happens at the New Year? Typically speaking,
The
let's
ball
say.
drops.
Yes, the ball drop. Very good, Joe. What else?
Dick Clark. No, Dick Clark isn't around anymore. He's long gone, right? I don't know. What else?
Well, we have to start signing our checks.
What you doing there, Janet?
Listen, we don't need visuals here at the 60 Plus podcast. There is a reason why it is a podcast and not a video chat.
That's
okay?
true. That's true.
Yeah, so people don't need to know what I'm doing right now. Okay?
Although we might get some questions as what was she doing?
Dun 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 dun. Stay tuned. Maybe we'll reveal that in the next podcast.
Okay.
Next episode.
All right. So we're talking about New Year's resolutions.
We are.
Yes. Okay.
Well, that was the thing. That was the segue, right? It's like, what else happens on New Year's? Sometimes we make
Resolutions.
Yes,
sometimes.
Sometimes, and
And some
actually,
people make resolutions.
yes, and we're talking about resolutions for the 60 plus
Of course.
audience, which actually happen to make. Well, you think they make more or less resolutions than younger people?
Less.
Correct. Why do you think that is?
Because they've lived long enough to know that they're not going to keep them.
Maybe. Now we have some potential tips today that can help with that. But let's not jump ahead
Let's not.
because one of the things that we came across was the origins of resolutions. Do you know where they came from?
Ancient Babylonians.
Oh, did you just read that? How many years ago?
4,000.
Correct. Yes. What I found interesting is that the Babylonians used to make promises to their gods and start the new year off by paying debts and returning borrowed items.
Really?
So it wasn't about, all this stuff that we do now, I'm resolved to do, but just, focusing on debts, paying debts and returning borrowed items. I wonder how it happened to them if they didn't.
What were they borrowing? Like a stick?
Well, it's probably a barter system at that point in time, too, right? I don't know.
Hey.
Did the Babylonians have coins?
I don't know.
I don't know. We have to find out. We're going to have an episode on the Babylonians.
All the Babylonians are over 60, by the way.
By the way, you know what?
What's
It's
that?
just kind of fun to say Babylonian.
You know what else is fun to say?
What?
Mythbuster.
Yeah, I know. We were asked to say that at every episode, but you did a good job that time, so it's not as funny.
I did.
Yeah.
It's
So-
practice.
Yes. Okay. So the other thing is the Romans practiced resolutions. And do you know who it was that established January 1st as the start of the new year?
I knew this before the
'Cause you're
research.
so smart.
Julius Caesar,
Yeah. In what year?
46 BC.
Correct. Boy, you know a lot. And the naming of the month after Janus. The
The
two
mutual fund company?
No, the two-faced god of beginnings and endings.
Oh, okay.
Now they offered sacrifices and made promises of good behavior to Janus. I wonder what kind of sacrifices, like human
No,
sacrifices,
I don't think the
like
Romans did.
goats,
Yeah, it was probably like
grapes.
grape.
You're
Yeah,
gonna
they
sacrifice our
squished them and
grapes.
made wine.
All right, and then let's continue because this is fun. In the medieval practices in the Middle Ages, knights would take the peacock vow. Do you know what that is?
I don't. I didn't look that far ahead.
To reaffirm their commitment to chivalry.
Oh,
Now, I like that idea.
do you?
because- Yes, I think that chivalry is a good thing
I agree.
and it shouldn't be dead.
What's a chivalrous thing that you appreciate?
Well, having my door open for me. I
Do-
don't want
do
to
you like
sound so old fashioned,
Do you
but
like that?
I really do.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
I open doors for people all the
When
time.
people help me put on my coat.
Mhm.
That's also very nice.
It is. It's a very nice thing to do.
Yeah.
I never considered it chivalrous though.
No, I guess it is considered chivalrous now. I don't know what would be chivalrous. Slaying dragons.
Putting your coat
I
down
love
in
when
a
somebody
puddle.
slays a dragon for me.
Putting your coat down in a puddle. So
Now that has never happened, I have to say.
no one's ever done that.
No, but I guess you could pick somebody up, give them a piggyback across a puddle.
It's not a good look.
No, sounds like fun though.
Okay.
All right,
Is that the end of the history lesson?
that's the end of the history.
In other cultures, they do other things, and this is one that I like, and I'm in deep need of it.
Yes.
In Japan, many people participate in, I might get this pronunciation wrong, osoji, which is a deep cleaning of homes to start the new year.
Oh, I could use that. Can I hire somebody to do that for
No,
me?
I think you have to do it yourself. I don't think doing no, I need to do it because my kids have been home for Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
It's shocking to me how quickly the place goes from very like ordinarily neat. Yeah, I'm not like a crazy neatnik, but things
Yeah.
are in order.
Yeah, yeah.
Within a half an hour, it's the place is just in shambles. It's towels everywhere. Like how why are there towels everywhere 30 minutes into your visit? I don't understand it.
Well, you know what? Maybe you could make a resolution around that.
It's not my resolution.
The resolution is not to let it bother you at all.
Oh, it
Just
doesn't.
live in the squalor for a while. See how it feels. Resolve to not care.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay.
Yeah, so the thing is, yes, cultural variations, generational variations. Like younger generations are more likely to make resolutions compared to older ones. We talked about that already, but they
Mhm.
also tend to focus more on personal growth and career, why we elders prioritize health-related goals.
Yeah,
Go figure, right?
we're more focused on our health stuff, I think.
Right. What percent of people do you think, if you make, say, an annual resolution, what percent do you think actually are successful with that?
Define successful.
They successfully maintain their resolutions
whole
for the
year?
entire year.
A small percentage.
9%.
9%.
And you know what, Joe? You're one of those 9%.
I am because
Because
last year I resolved to not miss an episode of the 60 Plus podcast. We were going to have one every
right,
week.
which also,
And we
by the
did.
way, involves me.
It did.
So I was important to your success.
It was, but it wasn't your resolution, so
No, it wasn't.
you
I
can't
can't
claim
take credit.
success.
I think I should get some credit for that.
We'll give you a gold star.
Thank you. Yay. I
Uh,
love gold stars.
So only 9%.
Yeah, only 9%. But you know what I
I
say
can't
to
say
that?
I can't say I'm surprised by
I
that.
say, why make annual ones? Keep it simple. Just like resolve for like a day. And then you
For a
have
day.
a higher success rate. And then you can say, okay, I'll do it again the next day.
Okay.
And then maybe you get through the year, maybe not. Who knows?
Well, it depends on what we're saying.
Yeah, true.
I mean, if it's to lose 10 pounds,
You're done after the 10 pounds
Or-
until you gain it back again.
well, no, you can't lose. First, you can't lose 10 pounds in one day.
No.
And second, if you did
No,
that
but
every
you could
day,
lose, say, a couple ounces, and then if you're trying to lose 10 pounds, let's say over the course of, instead of focusing on the 10 pounds in like 2 months, 3 months, you can say, I'm just going to focus on being thinner tomorrow, whatever that is.
Okay.
That's just my thought.
I get it.
Yeah.
By the end of the year, only 9% of the people have maintained their resolution throughout
Yeah.
the year.
Well, I forgot what mine was last year. I know I did try January and I was successful doing that.
Were you?
I was.
Okay.
Absolutely 100%.
100%.
100%. I did not miss
Not 100
one
proof.
day. No. No, I didn't miss one day.
Didn't miss one day.
Yeah. I didn't miss one day of not drinking. Let me clarify.
There's a double negative there. All right. So at some point throughout the it's
Sneaky.
so do we have any numbers on how many people make it through the first whatever
Yes.
other period of time besides a year?
Correct.
Okay.
We do. So in the first week, this is so bad. Approximately 23% of people abandon their resolutions.
One
by the
week.
end of the first week. That's almost 1 out of 4.
Are these people making the New Year's resolutions like when they're drunk on New Year's Eve and they just kind of
I don't know. Maybe they should make them after the holidays. Like that's maybe something you can do.
okay.
Like don't do it on New Year's Day. Don't be like, I'm gonna stop drinking on New Year's Eve, and it's like 12 o'clock and you're chucking down champagne. Yeah, that's gonna be a failure right there.
Don't count on Janet to provide the champagne though.
Ah,
No, you just
I didn't think of it until we were here.
all right.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
My bad.
I did see by the end of January, 43% of people have given up on their resolutions. And there's even, I just learned this.
43%.
I just learned this. Some fitness company that tracks people on their apps,
Yeah.
they've established the second Friday in January as what they call Quitter's Day.
Yeah. I think we did talk about this last year. That's 2 in 5 people. Let's talk about how you can maybe increase
The likelihood that you're going to maintain your
right?
resolution.
Because we did research some tips that we could go through, right?
Okay.
So one is kind of what we've been talking about here, set specific and realistic goals. So you really clearly define precisely what it is that you're trying to do instead of just saying, oh, I'm going to exercise more. Be like, do something measurable, like 30 minutes of exercise, however many days a week. Or, carve out that specific time, like say, I'm going to exercise for 30 minutes right after I have my coffee in the morning or something like that. It's like be specific so that you have a better chance of being successful because
Okay.
it's not loosey-goosey,
Sure.
right? Because you don't want to be loosey-goosey
No, loosey goosey is not good.
or a Babylonian.
What about righty tighty?
Okay. So what's the second tip, Joe?
Break the goal into manageable steps.
Uh-huh.
So that's kind of what you were talking about.
Yes, it was.
I'll be lighter tomorrow than I was today.
Correct. And then you just keep on saying that every day. And before you know it, you've lost 10 pounds.
10 pounds is not a big enough goal for a whole year, though. That's,
Well, I didn't say it was a whole year.
oh, well, it's a,
I mean, they say I think a healthy weight loss is like 2 pounds a week.
the initial kind of start to losing weight is slow. You go for a while and you don't really notice anything. And then all of a sudden it starts dropping.
Mm.
What did you say? 2 pounds a week?
I think that's
I thought
a
it was
healthy
like
amount.
a pound a week.
Or maybe it's 2 pounds, 2 to 3 pounds a month. No, I thought it was 2 pounds a week is
Oh, we'll have to
considered healthy.
research this.
Well, yeah, we're getting off topic.
All right,
here.
so break it up into manageable steps.
Exactly. So that
there's
you don't
an
feel
expression.
overwhelmed by the goal, right? And you're like, I'm never going to make it.
There's an expression I use very frequently, and it's, how do you eat an elephant?
Yeah, I know. We talked about this already. Don't keep on repeating yourself.
All
People
right.
are going to start to worry that you're over 60.
Well, I used to say, rather than how do you eat an elephant, I used to have a big, long driveway. And when there was a lot of snow, I'd be overwhelmed. Like, I've got
Yeah,
how do you do it? One shovelful at a time. That's how
Yeah.
you do it.
exactly. So you
Yep.
don't want to feel overwhelmed. And also, I think you should celebrate the small wins along the way. I think that's probably if you're focused on that long range goal and it
Hmm.
just seems so far away and you're not celebrating the movement towards it. So you want to be like, okay, yay, I lost 2 ounces, or okay, yay, I didn't drink
What kind
today.
of scale do you use?
Okay,
Two
yay, I didn't
ounces.
drink today. Open the champagne. No, I'm kidding. So, and then
And then,
develop a structured plan.
okay.
The when, the where, and the how of your actions. So it's like action planning, right? How am I going to, when am I going to add that 30 minutes of exercise? How am I going to create this space for this new habit? So it's
Hmm.
almost like you have to like prepare for this new habit so that it's easier for you to do.
All right. Yeah. No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm going to look at something because I didn't understand what this next thing was.
What?
Habit
Habit
stacking?
stacking? Yeah, that makes sense.
What is habit stacking?
So you attach it to something that is already a habit. Like I said, if you're going to exercise for 30 minutes, do it right after you have your morning coffee. You have your morning coffee every day.
I do.
So if you're going to exercise and you're going to have your morning coffee and you've put it in your head that I'm going to stack this new habit on top of this old one, you'll have basically a new routine, right, that you've established.
Okay.
So that's what that's called.
All right.
That's
I hadn't heard of habit stacking before, but I get, I
No, I
get it.
kind of like it. Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
I use, well, it's not habit stacking, but it's stacking of a different sort to remember something. I'll say, when I step outside my door, I always say, wallet, keys, phone. The act of stepping through my door to go outside, I say, wallet, keys, phone. That's a habit
Mm.
that I attach to walking through the doorway.
Interesting.
It helps me remember to not lock myself out of the house.
Yeah. That's good. I like that.
Okay. So it's stacking of a different sort.
Yeah. I mean, you could use that technique for a lot of things. If you think every time I walk through the threshold, I might say a positive affirmation to myself, or
Sure.
that can be a goal too, a New Year resolution. I'm going to talk nicer to myself, or something like that.
I recommend wallet, keys, phone.
Yeah. Okay.
Say that. It's
Yeah.
helpful.
That wouldn't work for me because then I'd have to go find my keys, which is
They're under
probably
a piece of paper in the drawer.
and I don't need my keys every time I walk out the door.
Well, I do. I live downtown in the city.
Oh, the city, yeah.
In the city. I'm in the city. All right. And then
When you're a jet.
I didn't know where you were going with that. That's West Side
Okay,
Story, right?
check. I got my singing in.
It's West Side Story?
Yes.
Okay.
Very good.
So you've got your singing in. We've
Yeah.
said
I haven't done an animal noise.
no animal noises, but I have said Mythbuster.
Yeah.
All right. And then it's important to monitor your progress.
Yes, which we just did. We monitor our progress. We've been thrown down the gauntlet that every episode we have to sing, say Mythbuster, and do an animal noise.
No one's asked us to do an animal noise every time.
No?
No.
Oh, good.
not
Thank
that I'm
God,
a-
because I don't think I know 52 animals. Okay. Monitor your progress.
Yep.
Keep a journal. That's a written journal, Joe, with a paper and a pen.
Okay.
Or you can use digital tools to track your
That's what I do.
advancements.
That's what I do.
Monitor your insights into your development, highlights areas needing adjustment. Reinforce commitment.
All right.
Your turn.
Seek support and accountability.
Yeah, I think this one's really important, especially when your goal involves other people. We like to call them stakeholders. In other words, they have a
Who's we?
proverbial way. In other words, they have a stake in your success, like I was a stakeholder in your goal of recording every week for a year,
Okay.
right?
Yes.
So it's important to share your goals with friends, family, or people who have similar objectives.
Mhm.
Or,
You could have a group of people standing on your stairs saying wallet, keys, phone.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, sure. Or every time you hear a bark,
That was a small dog.
that was a small dog.
Yep. All right.
That was like a ginger bark.
Can we move on?
Yeah. So the thing I just wanted to say about this is don't forget your stakeholders, right?
Don't forget your stakeholders.
No.
Janet's corporate experience is really shining through here.
Yeah, you can tell it's really stuck on me.
And here, I think this might be the most important tip.
Okay, Joe, tell me, what is it?
Don't be sarcastic. I do think this might be the most. If you have a setback, don't just quit right then.
Yeah.
Just be flexible and patient with yourself. If
You know what?
miss 1 week of gym,
Yeah.
don't say, "Well, that's the end of it."
That's it. I'm not doing it
done.
anymore. No.
No, just
Well,
pick right up where you left off.
yes,
Pick yourself up
And
and
if you
dust
ha-
yourself off.
correct. And get
And-
back up on your horse.
Exactly. If a
Right.
horse
And
is
you know what?
involved,
I think maintaining flexibility and patience is just a great resolution in and of itself.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yep.
Be patient with yourself.
right.
Whatever you're doing
Okay,
or not doing.
we're rapidly running out of time. Surprisingly,
Oh my God, we better start talking quick. Okay, quick. So,
do you have any resolutions, Janet? What are some good resolutions? What are some good resolutions for people over 60?
Well, I don't know. Do you have any resolutions?
I do.
What is it?
I'm going to violate some of the tips that we've already said because I haven't thought through this enough, but I'm going to get back to the gym more often.
Okay. So you can set a weekly goal.
I haven't yet gotten to that point.
Or like
But
when I was trying to do it more frequently, I would be like, okay, I'm going to go Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Okay.
And just be like, and I'm going to go at whatever, 9 a.m.
Okay.
And like, so be specific. And then
I had stopped going because of an injury.
So now when you walk through the door, you got to go wallets, keys, exercise.
Wallet, keys, phone,
Wallets, keys, phone, exercise.
gym membership card.
Jim.
Wallet, keys, phone.
I keep it in my car.
I keep it in my phone.
Oh, you're so tech now,
I
Sala.
am. So
Okay.
going to the gym more often, and I'm having some dinner with friends tonight, and I'm going to tell them that that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, but do they like talk to you very often? Like they can hold your feet to the fire?
Yeah,
I think you
one
should
of
tell
the guys
me,
especially.
because I will hold your feet to the fire because I'll be like,
You just want to burn my feet.
Time
That's
to
what you
go.
want to do.
time to go to the, well, I'll go with you.
Okay.
Be
All right.
like, time, get up. It's time to go.
Wait a minute. You just said going to the gym at 9 a.m. You don't have to tell me to get up. I've been up for hours at that point. What
We
time-
we can try to keep each other honest.
Okay. No, one of my friends, he goes to the gym religiously 3 or 4 times a week.
Yeah,
Hardcore gym stuff.
yeah. That's good.
Yep.
That's good. We know how important these things are. And as a matter of fact, if you don't have New Year's resolutions, we researched some ideas, recommended resolutions for people who are over 60. So one is prioritize physical health, which is to engage in regular exercise,
Mhm.
maintain a balanced diet.
Mhm.
2 is enhance mental well-being, staying socially active, challenge your mind.
These are starting to sound familiar.
I know, right? I think we've had episodes on almost every single one of these. 3, adopt healthy lifestyle habits, quit smoking and limit alcohol. Ensure adequate sleep, 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep to support overall health and cognitive function.
Okay.
Focus on preventative health, regular health checkups.
Mhm.
Stay
I was
hydrated.
just drinking water as you were saying that.
And I know so many people who are resistant to this. And I don't understand why. Drink more water.
Okay.
Pursue personal growth and enjoyment. Explore new hobbies. Travel with new experiences. And maintain a positive outlook. Practice gratitude. We had an episode about this and how incredible the science is around this, right?
It really is.
And then set realistic goals. And so if you're trying to make any kind of change at all, I guess the New Year's a good time to do it.
Well, I told you what my resolution is. What's yours?
Mhm. I don't know. I don't know if I have one.
You don't have one?
No, I'm gonna have to think about it.
Well, you knew we were doing
Can I
this
tell
episode,
you
didn't you? All right. Janet is
Uh,
chickening out. Ah, 2 animals. Never knew there would be a chicken. That's okay. All right. So it's time for New Year's resolutions. My resolution is to go to the gym. More
And
often.
mine is to maintain a positive outlook every day.
Is that your resolution?
Yeah.
Okay. When does that start?
Right now.
Okay. All right. That's it for this week's episode of the 60 Plus Podcast, I think.
Yes, I think it is.
I'm Joe.
I'm Janet. Bye.